The day Ethan Mercer carried a cardboard box out of the glass tower, nobody noticed the tears he fought to hide. The giant screens inside the company's headquarters flashed warning signs, executives rushed through hallways, and dozens of highly paid engineers celebrated a major restructuring. To them, Ethan was just another employee leaving the building. But within weeks, the decision to replace one hard-working single father with 30 engineers would trigger a disaster so costly that the company would never fully recover. Before we begin, if you believe kindness, hard work, and second chances still matter in this world, please take a moment to like this video, comment where you're watching from, share it with someone who needs inspiration today, and subscribe to Beyond Single Dad for more emotional stories that touch the heart. Ethan Mercer had spent 11 years building the backbone of Orion Dynamics, a fast-growing technology company known for its advanced logistics systems. Every morning before sunrise, he prepared breakfast for his 8-year-old son, Noah, helped him get ready for school, and then drove across the city to work. Life had not been easy since his wife passed away from an illness 5 years earlier. Since then, Ethan had become both mother and father to Noah while balancing a demanding career. Most employees knew Ethan as the quiet man who never sought attention. He wasn't flashy. He didn't attend expensive networking events. He rarely spoke during company meetings. But whenever a problem threatened the company, Ethan was the person everyone secretly depended on. He understood the systems better than anyone because he had helped build them from the beginning. While others chased promotions, Ethan spent countless nights solving issues that nobody else could fix. Then came Vanessa Crowe, Orion Dynamics' new CEO. Young, ambitious, and determined to make her mark, Vanessa believed the company needed modernization. She arrived with consultants, analysts, and aggressive plans for expansion. During her first months, she studied reports and performance metrics. Numbers became her compass. Efficiency became her obsession. One report caught her attention. It showed that a large portion of the company's infrastructure relied heavily on knowledge held by a single employee, Ethan Mercer. To Vanessa, that wasn't strength. It was risk. She announced a massive restructuring initiative. Teams would be expanded. Responsibilities would be divided. New engineers would be hired to eliminate dependence on any individual. When Ethan was called into a meeting, he already sensed what was coming. The company informed him that 30 engineers would take over the systems he managed. His role was being eliminated. Nobody asked him what knowledge wasn't documented. Nobody asked what hidden challenges existed beneath the surface. Nobody asked how many emergencies had been prevented simply because he knew where to look. A month later, Ethan walked away carrying his cardboard box and wondering how he would pay Noah's school expenses. At first, everything seemed fine. The new engineering division was impressive on paper. 30 brilliant specialists occupied an entire floor of the headquarters. Executives praised the transition. Investors applauded the modernization effort. Vanessa proudly presented the restructuring as a major achievement. But beneath the surface, small cracks were already forming. The engineers understood pieces of the system. Ethan had understood the whole picture. One afternoon, a minor alert appeared in the network. It looked insignificant. A routine software synchronization issue. Several engineers reviewed the warning. Each assumed another team was handling it. The alert remained unresolved. Hours later, synchronization failures spread across critical systems. Data began duplicating incorrectly. Shipping schedules became corrupted. Customer orders disappeared. Automated warehouses started processing conflicting instructions. Within 24 hours, Orion Dynamics faced complete operational chaos. Millions of dollars in transactions stalled. Clients demanded answers. Emergency meetings continued through the night. Entire teams searched desperately for the source of the failure. Yet every attempted fix made the situation worse. The mistake itself had been small. The consequences were catastrophic. Then someone discovered a note hidden deep within an archived maintenance file. It contained Ethan Mercer's name. As executives dug deeper, they uncovered years of undocumented experience that no report had captured. Ethan had manually monitored a vulnerable synchronization process that required careful oversight during specific system events. He had protected the company countless times without recognition. The 30 engineers had never known the vulnerability existed. Vanessa felt a growing sense of dread. For the first time, she realized the company had not replaced Ethan's value. It had only replaced his job title. Meanwhile, Ethan was working temporary contracts while raising Noah. Money was tight. Some evenings he skipped meals to ensure Noah had enough. Despite everything, he never spoke bitterly about Orion dynamics. He simply focused on being the father his son needed. Then the call finally came. Vanessa personally asked him to return. At first, Ethan hesitated. The pain of losing his position still lingered. But he also knew hundreds of employees depended on the company. Many families would suffer if Orion dynamics collapsed. So he agreed. When Ethan entered headquarters again, the atmosphere was completely different. The confidence that once filled the building had been replaced by fear. For 3 exhausting days and nights, Ethan worked alongside the engineering teams. Instead of blaming anyone, he patiently taught them what he knew. He traced the failures, identified the hidden vulnerabilities, and guided the recovery process. Gradually, the system stabilized. Orders resumed. Customers returned. The company survived. The financial losses were enormous, but the greater lesson could never be measured in dollars. Vanessa publicly admitted her mistake. She learned that leadership wasn't just about spreadsheets, reports, and efficiency metrics. It was about understanding people. Experience carried value that numbers couldn't always capture. Loyalty, dedication, and years of sacrifice mattered. Ethan was offered a senior leadership role, but what moved him most wasn't the promotion. It was seeing Noah visit the office weeks later, proudly watching his father receive recognition he had never sought. For the first time in years, Ethan felt seen. He wasn't important because he was irreplaceable. He was important because he had quietly given his best when nobody was watching. If this story has touched your heart so far, please like the video, leave a comment, and share it with others who believe good people deserve recognition. Special request: comment below with the words, "Kindness always matters," if you believe character is more valuable than status. As the sun set outside Orion Dynamics that evening, Ethan and Noah walked together toward the parking lot. The city lights began to glow, and for the first time in a long while, the future felt hopeful. Ethan had lost his job, faced uncertainty, and endured hardship, but he never lost his integrity. And in the end, the company learned a lesson that changed everything. Sometimes the person standing quietly in the background is the very foundation holding everything together. Those who lead with humility, kindness, and dedication may not always receive immediate recognition, but their impact can echo far beyond what anyone sees. And that is a legacy no mistake can ever erase.